Pride. All right, so before we came on, we talked about how Richmond is open and welcoming. And before, so our good friends over at Richmond Tourism with the Out RVA program said, this is what we are, this is who we are, we're down. But they're an organization, I don't know, sometimes people don't believe them. Until somebody comes to me and says, the reason I moved to Richmond is because it is open and welcoming.
Well, Richmond is now consistently rated as one of the more LGBTQ friendly cities in the country. Out RVA, the Out RVA program of Richmond Region Tourism is actually celebrating its 10th year this year. They are the presenting sponsor of Pridefest, in fact. I always talk, people are like, well, how does tourism and what they do to bring LGBTQ visitors here impact the quality of life in Richmond? Well, you have to create an environment in which tourists feel welcome here. So when they do that and they invest in the city to make it more safe, more welcoming, and a city that celebrates the LGBTQ community, everybody wins. And that's what's happened here over the last 10 years with Out RVA and the Richmond Region Tourism.
So Richmond Tourism, they are a big sponsor. You want to give a shout out to any of the others?
Yeah, we got Allianz.
Okay, here we go.
Allianz.
Hold on, wait, 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second. So, we're pulling out. See, we spare no expenses around here. We're going to talk about the sponsors for Pridefest 2024. 1 second.
All right.
Jennifer Boyle from Junior Achievement is in studio. Ma'am, you guys do some awesome events, but you don't have this.
No, we don't.
You don't have this. That's because you do not operate at the Five and Below store where I got this with my granddaughter. So now, sir, I'll set the table for you. Let's talk about the sponsors.
Yeah, so we got Allianz. Allianz is our Youth Pride Pavilion sponsor, again, for the second year. They are amazing folks to work with. We have CarMax is our information hub sponsor.
You guys got the big dogs.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, like, the corporate community in Richmond has really stepped up to support this event. And I'm not even done yet. We got CarMax as our information hub sponsor. They've been a sponsor with Virginia Pride for many years. We have Massey Comprehensive Cancer Center. Capital One is our safety and accessibility partner. So just so folks know, all of our main stage entertainment will be sign language interpreted. We have accessible seating in front of the main stage for people with disabilities. We have a sober space in partnership with McShin Foundation for people who don't consume
Shout out
alcohol.
to Honesty, of course. Honesty and those guys would be involved in that.
And they are, and Capital One has funded all of that to make all of that possible. We have the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery supports us too. They've been around with us for many years. In fact, they actually changed their logo. I think I'm right in saying that they made a Pride version of their logo, and it's the only time in the organization's history that they've actually changed that iconic Virginia Lottery logo. We have, I'm going to have to look.
Okay, here we go. James Milner, Pridefest is here with
we have
us.
Bank of America is our scholarship sponsor. So Virginia Pride, for the last 10 years, has given away almost $200,000 in scholarships for post-high school education. Bank of America is sponsoring that. We're giving away $10,000 in scholarships on stage at Pridefest this year. I think I got them all. We have a number of others, but those are our biggest sponsors.
Those are the biggest sponsors. Yeah. Talk about what it is for the younger community making the transition, with the difficulties that you have somebody who says, hey, we need to focus on some young folks.
Yeah, so years ago when we moved, when Pridefest first happened on Browns Island, we had one of our committee members that says, we need to do something that's specific for LGBTQ youth and their families. So we started out small there with just some events and activities at Pridefest for that. Over the years, we've invested more and more and more in that, and now it is a huge component of Pridefest. We have our own Youth Pride stage where youth-friendly and family-friendly entertainment happens. We have vendors that participate that cater to youth and families. And it's really important for us to do that. I tell you, people ask me sometimes what my favorite part of Pridefest is, and it's when a family or a kid comes up to me and says, this is the first time that I've ever been able to come out and be who I am. Or a family comes up to me and says, this is our first experience after our child coming out into the community. That's what this is really about.
All right, so we're not going to, this is Jerry Maguire moment. We're going to start crying up in here.
Well, I get misty-eyed. Those are the things that make me cry.
That is the one, because it is a difficult time sometimes. So Give us the information on Pride Fest one last time.
Yeah, Saturday, September 14th, noon to 8. It is a free event. There are VIP tickets for sale. If you go to our website, vapride.org, you can find those. So those there get you some drinks, free food, air conditioning, seating, private bathrooms, and a bird's eye view of the festival. If you want to check that out, they're only $100. But we have fantastic entertainment. Tank of the Bangos, Crystal Waters, Robin S., LaShawn Wesley from the show Legendary is our MC. We got lots of, and we have 146 vendors, I think. So you're going to be able to find something for everybody there.
So besides that, you guys do other things all during the year. So we can't shortchange that. This is not a one and done type deal.
No.
Talk about some of the other things
We celebrate Pride 365 is the way I call it. So Virginia Pride invests in making the Richmond region a better place for LGBTQ people to live, work, and visit. And we do that. That's not a one-day event. That's not a one-day festival. We actually have our endless summer of Pride that starts in June and culminates with Pride Fest in September, where we have dozens of events. We do advocacy work, working with the city, our elected officials to celebrate the LGBTQ community, making sure that folks here are seen and celebrated for who and what they are.
There you go, James Milner. We'd like to thank you for coming in. When you walk into the room, because of the work you do, sir, this is what is played.
Mike King says.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind.
That's what we're doing this weekend, Pride Fest. On Saturday, get out and support them. I mean, you guys got all the big players out there helping. That just says something about what happens in the Richmond area of supporting the community.
Yeah, I want to say, like, when I started doing this work 10 years ago, I think we had about 4 or 5 kind of corporate sponsors. We now have over 32 corporate sponsors, and others include, Chase, J.P. Morgan Chase, WRIC Channel 8 News is a sponsor, the Richmond Times-Dispatch. We've these iconic, Richmond institutions really step us up and support us, and that's a really wonderful feeling.
That's why Richmond is rocking. All right, we'd like to thank you for coming on the program.
Yeah,
hey, Ron, congratulations on the deal. I saw you're out there with the Green Golf organization. So on the mic, ESPN Richmond, that's where we are, supporting the community. We talk to the best and the brightest. Hey, we got to give a shout out to my man Cam for making this happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Cam,
shout out to Cam at the Hodges Partnership, always good friends of the family, as well as Richmond Region Tourism, good friends, Catherine O'Donnell. We were just down in Colonial Heights. Danielle Fitzhugh, my personal mentor. Thank you for always hooking me up. All right, so on the mic, Mike, we got to go. Up next, we're going to talk to a good friend, Jennifer Boyle from the Junior Achievement is in the building. All right, we got to go. Take care. They got stuff to do. They can't hang with me all day. Take care.